Hi, my name is Wayne Mortensen. I'm an attorney here in Arizona, and I just got off the phone a few minutes ago. I had a client who called, was interested in an initial consultation. I did end up setting them up for an in-office consultation, but one of her questions she had before she set up the consultation was whether or not she had to list her home. She was really super nervous. She said, I don't want to lose my home. Do I have to list my home? I don't know if I'm going to file if I have to list my home down. And so this is something that I spend a lot of time dispelling for people, and I don't really know where this notion comes. Well, I actually do know where it comes from. It comes from people actually talking to non-attorneys about bankruptcy. They talk to their neighbors, they talk to their friends, they talk to their relatives who filed, and their relatives undoubtedly say, hey, I filed bankruptcy, and guess what? I didn't list my home. I didn't have to list my home, and I'm just continuing to pay on my home. And unfortunately, that is false. The relative did actually have to list their home, okay? But they've forgotten or they didn't realize what happened when they filed. The only times you really get a debtor who doesn't list their home is maybe when they file by themselves without the assistance of counsel, because the bankruptcy laws are such that you must, okay? And I repeat, must list your home, okay? It's not an option. You don't have a choice. If you're going to file bankruptcy, you have to follow the rules, and the rules are that you must list all of your debts and all of your assets. So I've just listed down a few areas where that home is going to actually come into play in your bankruptcy statements and schedules and SOFA and so on and so forth. So I want to go over those. The number one place that you're going to list your home starting out is you're going to list it on what's called your Schedule A, which lists down your real property. So if you own a home, it's on a piece of land, and you're making monthly payments on it, that's going to go on your Schedule A, where you're going to actually list the asset. You're going to say, this is what I own. It says, do you own any assets? You have to list it. You're filing these documents under penalty of perjury. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Schedule C, and you're probably going to claim an exemption on that home. Now that's a discussion for another day, but most likely on Schedule C, you're going to exempt or try to exempt the property on Schedule A, okay? And that's basically how that works, okay? Then you're going to go to Schedule D. Now, Schedule D is where you're going to list the mortgage down. Again, required by law, okay? And you're going to put down on Schedule D the mortgage. So let's say you have a mortgage with Chase Bank or US Bank or whatever, you're going to list them down on Schedule D, and you're going to list the fair market value, and you're going to list the amount of the loan. On Schedule J, you're going to list down what your monthly payment is on your budget. And then on the statement of financial affairs, you're going to list down the monthly payments that you've been making on that mortgage. There's a section for that. So there are multiple places where you actually have to refer to or list directly the home and or the mortgage that is on that home. Most people, though, forget this, and I'll get calls from people 6 months, a year, 2 years after filing bankruptcy, and they say, why did you list my home into bankruptcy? And I say, put the brakes on, back up, okay? Start from the beginning is you have to list your assets, you have to list your debts, okay? No exceptions, okay? There's no confusion in that. You must do that. If you get to the 341 meeting and the trustee finds out that you have not listed those assets, they will make you go back and amend those schedules to put that home on, for sure. If not, you are kind of committing fraud and bankruptcy fraud, and you're filing these documents under penalty of perjury, so you're actually committing perjury when you file documents and don't list these things down. So my name is Wayne Mortensen. I hope this video was helpful in explaining homes and mortgages and why you have to list them down into bankruptcy. There's going to be a different discussion on reaffirmations or retentions of home loans in a bankruptcy, which again is another confusing area, but we will talk about that in other videos. Thanks for watching. If you have the need of a free consultation, either by phone or in the office, give my office a call today. We'd love to help you. Thank you.